Good evening, everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners. Very quick Bitcoin and IOTA update, and then we'll do more thorough updates this weekend. So, see, moved back up, hitting virtually all the targets, hitting 8,000, nice round number. Our next key level is 8,200 or 8,212, then 8,524. So those haven't changed. Just watch out for this. Pointing this out, there's a potential double top. We'd need to get a close below 75.08. It's slightly lower probability, and I'd really want to close below 7,500. But if that does hit, then we'd be watching for 72.42, 71.09, and possibly 69.76 for as bigger pullback levels. Why I'm pointing that out is sometimes these pullbacks catch people off guard. They're like, oh, it was going to new highs, and it just did, and then we got a bigger pullback. So if you see on the daily chart, these pullbacks would just simply take it back into the rotation zone on the daily chart. This hasn't triggered yet. Not saying it's going to trigger, just pointing it out in case it does trigger, tonight, tomorrow. You can watch potentially for this bigger pullback. We've already had the rotation back up. Let me switch back to the 4-hour chart. So you see we got the bigger rotation back to the rotation zone on the 4-hour chart, but we haven't really been able to push to new highs since then. So until we push to new highs, this pattern may be in place. Now, it could form a horizontal channel over time, which then we'd update the targets with that horizontal channel, both the upside and downside. But for right now, we have a potential double top. Again, it won't trigger. I'm watching for a close below 75.08, and it's nothing we're going to short. These are just other key levels we'll be watching to possibly add more to the position for a next run up higher. Switching over to 4-hour chart on IOTA, you see it went through the other key levels, pretty much hit all our levels to the upside, including the full ABC projection. So here was ABC projection, hit a few days ago, the 62.5, then finally got the 1, and also pretty much couldn't get the close above the end of this clear path right here. That was very key. All these levels have been hit. We can take a bunch of these levels off since they are now invalid. Just wanted to point those out, and we got the nice run up to everything we were watching for. So now what are we looking for? This also has a potential double top. Now, to the upside, if this double top does not trigger, which the 20 would be out of the way if it does trigger. So that's a little higher probability, but we'd have to get the close below the base. Let me put that on here right now. So the targets for that would be 64.11, 59.85, and 55.59. We'll check in on a daily chart in a second. But these wouldn't trigger until we got a close below 72.63.3. If we rotate back up, we've already got to pull back to rotation zone, and very similar to Bitcoin, we have rotated back up but could not get to new highs in this. So if we do rotate back up before triggering this, the higher levels we'll be watching for once we get through 89.67, we'll be watching for 94.31.62, and then a retest 9,600 is going to be very key level. That's the end of this major clear path. Strong resistance there. Then we'll be watching for 98.96. Checking in on the daily, you can see we also are pulling pretty far away again. Doesn't mean it has to pause. It could just pause, move sideways. Doesn't have to necessarily pull back. But if that potential double did trigger, you could see some of those targets bring it back into the rotation zone on the daily. And the key levels we'd be watching for are really this 0.5 level, this 64.11, which is also a prior breakout zone. You could possibly go down to 62.32 area, but this would be the key levels we'd be watching for in the middle of the rotation zone if we do get a bigger pullback. So keep that in mind. Don't be shocked. Also, this could just pause, wait for the 8 to come up, and that's why we have the higher targets in place. So this is where you might have already done an add off the 4-hour rotation zone. So you already did some add on this turn up here. Now, if it pulls back lower, you can do another add, and then you have established more of your position for the eventual run up. If it just goes to new highs, you've already done your add, so then you can go for a more aggressive target and choose the higher targets and just move your stops up on these lower targets, and trail your stop, and then wait for your eventual target to get hit, then wait for the next pullback to the rotation zone. That's what we have for you tonight with both Bitcoin and IOTA. If you'd please subscribe to the channel, leave some comments, hit the like button. Everything like that helps us grow this channel and keeps all these videos coming, and let us know what else you'd like to see. We will talk to everyone soon. We'll do many more crypto updates this weekend, so looking forward to having you come back and view all those. Bye for now.